Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
UnMaddening at it again.
Yeah.
And this time,
Episode 7.
is it?
Yeah,
I
you've
don't
done
know.
6 episodes and like a billion short thingamajigs.
We got KJ back again, and I've brought with me into the mix
EJ.
the EJ. The
Does
EJ
not sound right.
Meister.
That doesn't sound right.
Well, what
The
can you do?
EJ Monster.
Not monster. I said Meister.
Oh, Meister. I thought you said Monster.
You always want to be so combative about everything that I might say or do. It's perfectly fine, I suppose. But I did bring you in to do a recap
Yes.
from your perspective as a young man that lives in the younger generation than the one that I reside in.
Today we brought in a subscriber from the younger generation.
Exactly correct. So the word of the day is recap.
The recap.
Rewind. Recap. We're going to recap the words of the day with EJ's perspective on them. I guess we better do the same thing we always do, which is begin with a definition of the word recap, which is to state again.
Is that fridge again?
To state again
Tried that one somewhere.
as a summary or a recapitulation, a summary of what has been said. Yes, oh, very nice. Which language was that?
I don't know, something.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Something like that. Right. So, as we recapitulate on each of these topics, the first one was upset.
Upset.
Tell me what comes to mind for you as a young person in this world when you think about people being upset.
I'd think about maybe people getting offended by things, like, say, an offensive meme.
Right.
You've been offended by a few of those that I've shown you. You don't like them.
Sometimes they're not really the right way to go there, EJ, and maybe you should rein it in a little bit.
I also get upset when my mate sends me stupid ones, like, can't say it on here, but
So you've been
times
upset
1,000 if you know.
anyway.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. You have been upset by things that happen around the outside of you.
Just offending people.
By the people within your own age bracket and generational space. They also cause you to sometimes feel upset or bothered.
Yeah, or like losing in a video game 20 times in a row, 4 hours straight.
That's beyond upset. That's like proper losing it.
That's the
That's
game.
mental.
I picked a game to do that with my mate, and that's what we're doing every time on every fight.
He's getting upset.
No, not upset, just sitting there for like multiple hours dealing with it. It's so annoying.
Well, you could turn it off, but that's a different issue.
No, turning it off is just...
Next word, free speech.
Free speech. There's not a lot of that anymore. I think it's a very dominated by false lies, and it's taken over with not being free speech, but there is quite a lot of free speeches, like... what's it called? What's the last one that you told me about?
I don't know. You're the one telling the story.
I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it, but I don't think there's a very free speech. I think there's a lot of propaganda.
Censorism?
Yeah, a lot of censoring.
Censoring?
There's also not a lot of censoring. There's censoring between levels. Like, I don't know what to explain, but like there's censoring of one thing and then not censoring of another.
Yes. So there's like a
bias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A political censorship whereby certain
like
voices are permitted.
Like big parties are like, oh yeah, you're fine, but little ones are like, yeah, go away.
Yes. Yeah. Nail on the head there, EJ. Nice work. What about debt? How do you feel about debt as a young person in this country?
Do not want it. I've had
an
experience with other people having it, and I don't want debt. I'd prefer to even just buy a house straight up.
How do you think in this economy in Australia that you will be able to attain enough wealth to buy said house and not be in debt?
Business.
A business.
I've had a few ideas, but don't really have the funds to start.
I'm not saying share your ideas of your dope business concepts that you want other people to steal from you.
I've had a pet one, but and you guys can have it if you want.
What I mean is, do you think that debt is a problem. Is there a
Is
debt
it a problem? It's a
for your
massive
generation?
problem.
Yeah.
Like, big problem. It's always been a problem for older generations, but it's getting more of a problem due to a massive increase of inflation. For example, back in the 80s, about $20 could buy you a whole shopping cart. All your groceries for the whole week, $20.
And now it's 10 times that amount.
It's 200
Thank
to
you,
400.
inflation, 4%-ish for the last however many years.
40%-ish?
Ongoing. No, 4% per year.
400%.
Ongoing. It ends you up where we are right
Compound tax.
now.
Something I
Compound
do not
interest.
like.
Lovely.
Interest, sorry.
Number 4. You're sass.
That's
what was the
from,
name of that video?
that's
That
from
was
NDL.
So good.
That's
NDL.
like...
That is one of the most amazing things I've ever watched in my whole life. I love it.
Good, yeah. You just watched it over me watching it.
It was so good. Hilarious.
Shout out to NDL.
Yeah, shout out indeed. You're sass. Number 4 is safety. Tell me
Safety.
about whether or not you and your generation, EJ, do you feel safe in the world at the moment?
No, not really. I feel stressed out. I guess I don't really even know where I can go for a route to have safety of buying, really income safety, having enough safety to provide for a family, etc.
Yeah.
Like
So
that's something you have to always be thinking about.
viewing it from a future point of view,
Like say I wanted
for
to go
your
for a
life
job.
goals and things.
Say I want to go for a job, but that job doesn't pay enough to support a whole entire household.
Yeah.
So you can't go for that job. That job's just cut out.
Yeah. Or you have to go for that job because there isn't anything else
Yeah.
that's like knocking on the door that you could
Like,
even apply for.
Go for Macca's or go for something you want to do.
Yeah. And even still,
Even
either of those
still.
options may not provide you with the amount of income that you need to
Macca's
provide
will provide
for a
me
wife and
with
kids.
no income.
No, not no income. You get income, and you get discounted Macca's
To
before and after
slightly
your
provide
shifts.
with
So that's cool.
Just take it up as a second job.
If you like gluten, you'll be fine. Number 5.
They're going to say number 4 again.
No, I want to
Number
because it makes me laugh.
5.
Number 4. No, number 5.
Yeah.
Exemption. Tell me what the
Exemption.
word exemption means to you.
I don't really know what it means, but exempt,
be
I think it means to be
exempt from
left out of something.
Yeah.
I reckon to be left out of something is probably not the best thing you could have happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
For example, being exempt from being able to go out, being exempt from going to this, say, university or college, being exempt from being able to go to this school, being exempt from being able to get this job because you don't have enough work experience.
Yeah.
Like, because you're not the same generation.
We want to pay you as like a new grad, but we also want you to have 4 years experience minimum before we employ
408
you.
years.
Yeah.
I had that other thing that I had to look at the other day, and it was a social media manager, 20 years experience minimum.
Yeah.
You had to have 20 years experience, and you had to be
Which is crazy.
23
because people from
to
20
30.
years ago, like that wasn't even the level
You
of
barely
social
even
media.
knew it.
Social media in its like heyday of boom was maybe 2009.
think
It
it
was
was
really a big deal of
12 that YouTube came out.
no. Incorrect.
When was it,
YouTube was well
2002?
before that. But I'm thinking about like
know.
social
Me
media,
at
like
the zoo, that's all I know.
Facebook in the end of the 2000s. It was a thing that was beginning to become something. So just the fact that advertisement
Yeah.
even existed is crazy because it's only 16 years after 2009. So
It's insane, and they only want you to be 20 to 30 years old. Like, oh yeah, it has to be 10 to 30.
from
or
your
just from your age,
conception,
from your
you have been
birth.
studying this topic. Bring all of your knowledge to the table. It is crazy. That was a ridiculous advertisement. All right, number 6.
Number 4. Just in the back end. Number
Obstruction.
4.
What
Obstruction.
obstructions can you think of or have you experienced? Or what does that word
Obstruction.
mean to you, EJ? Tell
means
me about it. Tell
Thinking
me how
about
it upsets you.
instruction. So building something, I think. So we just
No, not construction.
okay.
Obstruction.
So obstruction
A
is something.
blockade.
Okay, so we're
something
blocking
in the
construction.
way.
So we don't like the construction.
Yeah, basically.
Obstructions.
We don't like the construction of what?
I'd say obstructions in the world are probably just job limits again, I'd say. Definitely. Big one. For example, my brother has had issues with getting a job due to just people not wanting him due to his age and his generation.
Yeah.
And he has these skills, but he just isn't wanted.
Yeah, they're not willing to give people a fair go.
Yeah, just because they're from a different generation.
Yes.
Very, very not okay.
It's interesting. Interesting. All right.
Number
well,
7.
no.
No.
Number 7 is to come, and we'll
Oh, no,
discuss
that's
that
recap.
later.
Number 7 is recap. Sorry. This is number 7.
The recap is now.
Okay,
So,
thoughts on recap? We're recapping this episode. Number 7 is this episode.
number 4.
Crazy
recap.
plot
number
twist.
4.
The recap of this episode is number 4.
It's the only thing that matters.
Your sus.
It makes me laugh every time. Just thinking about it is the best.
Definitely.
Okay, right. We need to wind it up.
There's some rain.
Wrap it up, baby.
You guys
so,
would love to hear that
EJ,
rain.
vintage culture appreciation is how we end things over here at
Vintage.
UnMaddening while we unmadden ourselves. So vintage for you is not as vintage as it would be for me because, you know, you're a little bit younger than I am, if
Not
we're
that
being
young.
truthful. But tell me about
Sorry.
Pokemon culture.
Pokemon. Oh, right. That's the game that I got when I was like 4 years old.
Yes.
Shows how young I am.
Except that it's
Been around
something
for
that
like
was around when
30
I was a
years.
young person as well. It's just not something that I was engaging in really.
I believe my father was.
Maybe a little bit. My male cousins certainly were, and some friends and things. And I learned a little bit about it from yourself, but
I learned all
vintage
of it
culture
from my brother.
appreciation. You loved the old pokey. Who is? Oh, this is a loaded question. It might make you upset and might make
I'm
you
not
want
going to be upset.
make you want to hope for a bit of an obstruction to the question or an exemption from answering. But do you have a favourite Pokemon?
Greninja.
Oh, straight up. Didn't even have to think about it.
Yeah.
Greninja. That's it. Mic drop. Done.
Frog, cute. And then it comes a sick killing thing.
What points is it if you play the card for its max?
I don't know. I don't really play card game much. I like in the card game I like Celebi because it has a thing where you can flip like 1 billion coins. But that's in that little Pokemon TCG one, the TCGP.
Yeah, that one's getting really popular now. Hey, the TCG one. I see
Downloaded it a
lots of
couple months ago.
advertisements for it. And is it any good?
It's okay.
Do you get cool decks out of it?
No.
No.
It's okay. It's very overrated.
So
It's not worth the time.
You have to just commit to the platform to get anything half decent.
It's good to gamble because it's free.
Well,
Free
there's
gambling.
a lesson for everyone out there from EJ's mouth. It's good to gamble because it's free.
Yeah,
If
it's
that
not free,
wasn't an
then it's not worth
oxymoron, I don't know what is. So we'll leave you with that. And one more. Number 4.
Number 4.
That was fun, EJ. Thank you. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
We'll catch you next time. God bless. Peace out.
Bye.
This content is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as professional advice. You're not more likely to suck less or try harder having listened to these shenanigans.